What's up, guys? It's Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Sir Maxwell, and it is that time of year again. It's time to react to the RWBY Volume 6 soundtrack. Now, as of this recording, I have not put out my full Volume 6 polished, edited review. I recorded it about a week or so ago, but I was dealing with some living issues, so, I wasn't able to post it before the soundtrack. But, you know, I'm going to get this out first because this is the most current thing that's out. And I will preface things that I say in the Volume 6 review because now that the soundtrack's out, some things that I said don't hold up. But, yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this review. Or reaction, I'm sorry. Stay close, we fast. The darkness can last. No hope, no bound. No, we have dreams together, and we cannot wait. The way will make the better for the right. The mountains down. Okay. Hey. I'm trying to find the lyrics here because I thought this was a lyric video. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, wait, stop. Sorry. I found the lyrics on Lyric Genius. So, okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna have them up on Lyric Genius so we can break them down together, okay? Yeah. So, yeah, okay, cool. So let's start this over. Sorry. You and me, finding the say goodbye. She made me cry. Doing what I need to say. Some things say, find the way. Get the dreams together someday soon. We'll find the light. Now let's get into the new stuff. Stay round our lives. We won't be being one door, one house. Looking for one time. Oh, so cute. The life will guide us. The road will go to see. I like these lyrics. Stay firm, outlast. Like they're outlasting all their odds. They're going through all their shit with that, with feeling hopeless, and getting all this information with Ozpin and Salem, and then there's apathy, and then there's trying to get through the sport. Like they're outlasting all of the shit that they're going through just to get to Atlas, and their goal, their pact. Like they said they were gonna do this. They're gonna do it, and I really love that. I could really love that about how determined our characters are. Then I want to talk about a rose will grow to be a seed from every life another leads. So that's RWBY. Like talk about because people say oh RWBY don't get no songs. RWBY don't get no songs. All right, well, people say the intros except for Volume 3 are like RWBY songs. So she's a rose and she's growing to something else. She's becoming more powerful. She's becoming wiser. She's becoming stronger. She's becoming a better leader. So yeah, I really love RWBY's character in this season. She's one of my favorite things about this volume. Shattering the night, radiant and bright. Our might is splendor, shining forever. Like I feel like that's basically them overcoming the darkness and overcoming all the obstacles that are in their way. Oh wait, that's the Brit. I got ahead of myself, sis. My bad. Oops. Let's finish the song. Okay. What is this? The beat is like drop. Oh no 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 no! If it is Unbound. No! That's Kira! It's a big day. We'll find our way. We're going to like the Oh my gosh! Like when the bridge started going, I was just so off guard. Okay, they've really been stepping up their game musically. Like every new soundtrack kind of has like a they're trying new things musically and has a musician like I really love. Like it really does get to my ears to hear that kind of new sound that they have every season. They kind of going off. They're like we're paragons of virtue and glory and death cannot find our endless story, infinite and unbound. Kira said that when she did her little speech to undo John Orr. She was like infinite and unbound by death. I release your soul, and by my power, um, release thee. By my power, something. She said something like that. So like that's like a PR reference, and I'm just like, oh my god. And they're basically like, hey, we're that shit, and nothing can touch us right now. Like we are rising, and this whole season was basically about them truly growing up. Like volume like they were doing their kid thing, volumes 1 through 3. Then volume 3 happened, and they were shattered. And volumes 4 and 5 was them getting back up. Now that y'all back up, now that you're back on your feet fully, and y'all all recovered, and y'all all back together, and we all focused on what we got to do now. Now it's time to fully step into that phase of like, hey, we are the protectors of the world. Like now it's our job. Like it's officially out of Ozpin. It's officially out of Ozpin and Crow's hands. Like they gonna help, but it's really in the RWBY in their hand. It's really with them now. The adults are no longer making the decisions. So let's move on to Miracle, because I've been looking forward to this song since the first episode of the season. Let's move on to Miracle. Is it gonna have an ad pop up? I don't want an ad to pop up. Cool. Looks like we're gonna. Okay, looks like we're fine. Nice art. Oh, shout out to the modern critic guy for his movie stuff. Alright, let's get into it. Time and time again, we read the before, for all the dreams we draw around us. Every outcome under us. Every day, we day, fun, drifting out of our hearts. No one ever breathes but I reckon you can, and we'll have to make a choice. Or is it made of love? Look at myself, but just in my life. It's unbelievable. Each and every passing day, was I happy ending? All about the blue straight, aspirations, that's what I expected. I realize this, I'm alright. Can't wait I became closer to spring. It's time to act this short. We know it's time. Desire to preserve the falling alive. Miracle from the now will stand by. Now we're like into the new shit. Okay. Okay, damn. Okay. That's interesting. I like that. So, oof. Lungs not doing well. Breathing's been very weird since March. So, that kind of air you need for your vocal cords, you need for your lungs to sing and sing up nicely ish, are not great. So I'm singing worse than usual. But you know what? This is RWBY, and you only get one first reaction. So I'm gonna be singing along. So sorry for that. Let's go. Oh look, we gotta break some stuff down first. Time and time again, it seems we reached a point where all our dreams are crumbling all around us. Every outcome is unjust. They keep trying to do the right thing and help out the world and fight these, villains and pretty much do what they set out to do. In Volume 2, but to a larger degree, they just wanted to save the kingdom, but really, they're saving the world. But it seems like there's always setbacks and there's always failures going on with them. So it just seems like they just can't catch a break. Um, it all just seems really unfair to them. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, what's going on? Why can't I catch a break, essentially? And, same thing with every step it seems has led us further from our goal. Instead, our triumphs haven't mattered. We're drifting ever backwards. Like, yeah, we keep having setbacks. Like, everything, like, you know, we say we saved the town, but like it wasn't really that plan. And Cinder had this other plan, and our school blew up, and then it was like, okay, now we're all separated, and okay, we found each other again, and we're cool. We met up. We know what the villain is now, but like cool. Like now we have to deal with the relic of knowledge. We have to secure that. And we got to Haven. We got to Volume 5 and stuff. But like, oh, by the way, like Leonardo is a traitor. Like, oops. Or by the way, like, oh, you found Ozpin, but he's in the body of a little boy now, so he can't really do what he used to do, and now you have to train. And oh, you can. Oh, we're just gonna go and talk to him and secure the relic. But oops, by the way, like he's working with the villains. The villains are gonna attack you now. Like all these like setbacks and shit. Like all these fucking setbacks, and it's just they're tired of it. Like like at this point, like they're fed up. But like Volume 6, like what just happened? Like, okay, we have the relic of knowledge, and we're trying to get it to freaking Ironwood. We're trying to go to Atlas and shit. Cool. We on a train. We'll go to Argus and Atlas. Cool, great. But then when they get there, like, oh, by the way, the relic attracts Grim. Like, okay, Austin, you ain't tell us that. Like, come on, you know. It seems like their victories, like their Haven victory, just didn't mean shit compared to this because it seems like they'll have to do another uphill battle. You know, and they're running out of time, nowhere near the finish line, and that's kind of a little bit of foreshadowing because they are on a bit of a time crunch because other people are looking for the relics, and plus, if Salem gets all the relics together, as far as we know, the gods will show up and humanity will be judged. So like they're on a time, little bit of a time crunch to get their shit together. They're nowhere near the finish line. Like, yeah, we're 6 volumes in, and they're just starting to dealing with villains and getting relics. Like, yeah, they are nowhere near the finish line. They really like just started their shit. It's like the first 5 volumes they were like flandering around doing whatever. Like, oof, they're nowhere near the finish line. And it's growing ever clear that a reckoning is near, and will have to make a choice. Is this path right, or is it made of lies? Yeah, like something big is going down. It wasn't volume 6 wasn't the reckoning, but volume 7, like something is coming. Like they're like Salem, they are approaching. The flying monkeys are on their way. Like, yeah, something big is about to go down, and it's like they're gonna have to make a choice whether they're gonna, be like Raven and be like, bitch, I'm out, or decide, hey, I'm gonna stand and I'm gonna fight for this. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, they have to make it just like Pyramid a choice. Be Pyramid a choice. They're gonna have to make a real choice now that they have all the information. you know, and they're wondering, is it right? Like, they see his backstory, they see all the lies, and they're like, is it worth it? Is it really worth me putting down my life and me sacrificing, my life for this cause? Like, is it worth it? And they have to make that choice. Or is it made of lies, or is it just Ozpin lying to us? Is this the right thing to do, or is this what Ozpin's convoluted scheme is? And they're looking within themselves. They're trusting in their better judgment, and all they need is a miracle because they don't see shit. They don't see one. And each and every passing day, our world's in further disarray. Confidence descending, whereas a happy ending. Yeah, because Atlas people, they starting shit. Their borders are closing. They're fear mongering. They're amping up for war. Like, they're not fucking with other kingdoms. And Vacuum was doing its own thing. Vale is in disarray. Mistral is compromised because all of the higher ups were getting killed. No, they don't have any huntsmen, and they're basically in fucking chaos, and they don't have their shit together, and there's still faunus discrimination everywhere, and no one's really having a good solution to it. The White Fang is like, hey, let's kill somebody because we mad, and then everyone is like, okay, we have to kill the White Fang, but it's just like, okay, we still have to deal with the faunus issue. Like, with the White Fang or without the White Fang, you still need to have a solution to faunus suppression. So that's the whole thing that Blake didn't really solve. She just stopped Adam, which I think is just putting a band-aid on the situation. And really on the human situation rather than the faunus situation. Because really with Adam, the faunus were being treated better out of fear. And it was still bad, but at the same time, they were still getting respected. So it was that kind of trade off. Yeah, words are happy ending on our path, but still we strayed. Our aspirations quickly fade. They made mistakes. Their desperation's rising on a hopeless bleak horizon. Every life is on the line. Like, she gets the relics together, like, and she does that little Thanos snap. Like, they do that their little Thanos snap. Like, the world will be over. Like, it'll be all ash. Like, it'll be all over for everyone. You know, and they can't just wait and do nothing. They have to leap into action, you know, and it's just like the blood that's shed, every cancer should have spread, and the time to act is short. You know, yeah, pretty much. Like, people are gonna die, like, bad things happening. We know inside we're born to do what's right. Desire to preserve life is powering the light. Yeah, they know they're good people. They know that this is what they want to do. They just need some more reassurance. And the desire to preserve life is powering the light. That's Ruby and her silver eyes. Like, the desire to preserve life is what activates the silver eyes. So whether to protect your own life or protect your friends or people who around you, like that, like that's what the silver eyes are all about. So we're praying for a miracle, but for now we're still in fight. So we're hoping something good will happen, but we're gonna fight this shit out anyway. Okay. Every plan falls apart. All of it's pointless. Nothing gained. Nothing. Yeah. All this depressing shit. No hope. We're depressed. And then the last chorus, they're like, "Our miracle is waiting for us, and we're gonna rise above it, and we're gonna get on the battlefield, and we'll be our own miracle. Fuck it, like bitch, we're our own miracle. We're just that amazing. We're just that great." So that's Miracle. I don't know. I like the song. I guess I'll have to get some more listens to it. I've been listening to the song for a month, like the little half version they put out. So like I don't know. I was used to the first half of the song, but the second half of the song is drastically different. So I feel like that's how most of the songs are. It's like, okay, here's what you heard. Here's like the different version with the different sound. Yeah, that's Miracle. I like Miracle. I don't know. So far, I like Miracle, but I kind of like Rising more than I like Miracle right now. But maybe with some more listens, I'll like Rising more. I don't know. Let's go to One Thing. Bro, really?
Cool, dip, pop, like it's your J.
Like it's your G. I don't want full screen, sis. Yeah. Is it ready? Okay, yeah, let's go to One Thing. Come on, Nia, let's do it. Kill the kill, not the ride. Let the blood, it's time to die. Retribution takes so deep. Not the light, let it engage. Now revenge is all I crave. Humiliation so complete. One thing, and you take it from me. A single line, a single forever can make that end. One thing, help escape from losing away. And now it's all so late. Took my life away. The sun is back, nothing now you're
Life for life,
death for death, tit for tat. Okay. Oh, where it is.
now it's time, reparation for your crime. Atonement day is finally.
Atonement Day.
I have waited for this meeting, for this moment. Dreamed about the day I made you cry. What a sweet release when you rest in peace. Vengeance justice finally mine, and I want you both. I had one thing, and you take it from me. A single line,
Single breath would be made that end. One thing. okay. I got lost, guys. If you can tell by my facial expression, then the lack of stuff on the page. Excuse me. But yeah, that's Neo's song. Like Neo, like I'm not gonna go too deep into it because you pretty much know what this is pretty much about. Like Neo and Torchwick, like Torchwick is dead because he followed Cinder, and it's really like it wasn't really anyone's fault. He was beating the shit out of Ruby. Like if anyone, that's Karma's fault because Karma like was a real bitch to Roman. He was beating a little girl and he got eaten by Grim because he was feeling all these negative emotions. So I guess you should become a Huntress and kill all the Grim then, Neo. So yeah, she just feels so desperate and alone. Like he was her only friend, and I don't know if it was romantic or if it was like a brother sister relationship, but they really cared about each other, and obviously, so it's really sad to see Neo so sad. I can I can get into Neo as a villain. I like her aesthetic. I think she's cool. I don't think she's hot shit or anything. Like I think there are better villains in the series than her, but I feel like she's pretty high up there, and she's a great fighter. She's never been truly beaten. Cinder didn't beat her. They both stopped. I feel like maybe if they would have kept going, maybe Cinder could have beat her because she does have the maiden powers, and those are pretty OP. But you know, Cinder herself has proven you can beat a maiden, so without maiden powers. So you know, there's that. So yeah, nothing too special with the song. It's pretty much a revenge song, and it's pretty cool, nice to listen to. Yeah, to escape her misery. I wonder what misery she was in. Maybe we'll get some backstory. Next is Lion Eyes, my Adam baby. I'll try to not go into an Adam tangent. I may or may not. You know how I feel about Adam. Gotta get through this ad. Okay. I like how this is starting. Okay. I like the chords. Okay. 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 Tell me how you feel. I'm a hero, I'll be lionized. It's hard to do what you like. Not compromise. Share the truth until I recognize. That's the foundation. Okay, Adam. Next level. Okay, Adam. Let me make a tie. It's time to fly. Replacing it. Oh, yeah. It's time to move away. Keep the battle cry. Bring the ball. Give me the ball. It's time to go away. I'm not saying. What will I do so I'll bring you alive? No mercy, no compassion, I face just the fire. Time to turn the tables on and steal it all. Wait, bitch, that's it? God damn. It is kind of short. I guess all of it wasn't. The most of it wasn't in the trailer. Like I didn't really get too many new things, except they messed around with the chorus a little bit, like da 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 da, like kind of like that with a little bit and some distortion of voice. But you know, I wanted if Adam was gonna have a diss track where he just goes in on the human race, like I wanted it to be a little longer. Like could I have gotten like a 4 to 5 minute song, please? I mean, we're never gonna get another one. I don't know. I liked it for what it was. I wish it was longer. I wanted more. Taunted. I like basically like yeah, taunted, tortured, insulted, revived. Like I wish they would have shown this more rather than just have the scar and have the song. But like yeah, the scar and the song are great, but like I wish I would have seen more of this. You know what I mean? Like because I feel like if it would have been showed, the plight of the fathers would have been a bigger deal to the audience, and they would have more empathy, and they would be able to be like, hey, stabbing innocents, that's wrong, but I see where you're coming from, sis. And the topic of oppression and racism, obviously, like, look at me. That's kind of an important thing to me. Um, so yeah, I get it's not important to a lot of people. If you don't really deal with that, a lot of people like they say like, oh, like I care, like I don't, but it doesn't affect you, so you don't really care that much. But it's not everyone, but a lot of people feel that way, and that's okay for them. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go on Adam Rant. I just go on his lyrics. He was basically like he got his ass like he was tortured. He was a slave. He was property, and he hates humans for it, and that's understandable. So he is like, I'm not gonna be this weak feeble thing. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be powerful. I'm gonna be ferocious. I'm gonna be a hero. And we need to get rid of everyone that's gonna be weak and hold us back because we're dominant. Like we are we are those bitches. Vengeance on the human race. Now it's time. We'll see wandering through life of destitution, suffering is over, son. Like, okay. He's your savior. He'll be lionized. He'll have no compassion, no mercy on the human race. Like, um, it's time to turn the tables on who's tyrannized. Like, it's time for them to suffer. And I hear you, sis. I get all of that. Like, I understand. I'm with you. Not with the killing innocents. Like, I'm not with that. But, like, I'm with you, like, on the, like, humans. Like, they're really shitty. And it's time to, it's time let's not turn the tables. Let's not do that. But, let me just maybe make the Faunus more respected. And I can respect even wanting to, like, him be this hard ass fighter to be like, hey, don't mess with us. And it's like, okay, if humans are gonna fuck with us, we'll fuck with them. We'll defend ourselves and fuck with them. And show that fauna should be like feared. And fear isn't always a horrible thing. Like, if you're a group of people, it's okay to have a healthy fear to not fuck with them. It's because like it's nice if it's purely out of respect. I would like, for example, I like to think that we don't go after countries like North Korea or China because we respect them, but it's really because we have a healthy fear. Like they could they could they could give us they could either fuck us up or give us a good fucking run for our money in the weapons department. So we don't really fuck with them like that. Like we try to be as diplomatic as possible. So I think that that is very. I think that's kind of important when you have a group of people, not to the point where Adam was talking about when they're off like fear, like they can't walk down the street without people running in terror. But just to like have a little bit of a more like respect, or a little bit of respect, have some respect. So that's Adam's song, Lionized. Let's go to Big Metal Shoe. Good for Tobin. So many kids don't know what to do. They can't die. We don't have it just like to something and you feel gonna fall. Look at putting you together again. Let's just enjoy it.
To beat you, hickory dickory, flawless victory. Carve your tail like three. My mind's better listen up, not saying it twice. Bring around Rosie, you can't oppose me, let you know now. I'm here to take you down. You're gonna meet your end in the split. No more pretending you're all painted. Star won't twinkle, squeeze to a wrinkle, belly up the ceiling.
Okay, well, I'll like go off.
The wheels on your bus, just been crushed. Anything mine, time for you to die. Catch him by the toe, never letting go. No time to pray. It's your last day. You can see me, you can't see me.
What's up, Bob? No Pizza Hut. So yeah, that was kind of short, and I couldn't really understand everything after the chorus, first chorus, because it didn't have the lyrics. Lyrics on Genius were like not working. Like I guess they did not put those in. So I listened to it for what it is. It's a good song. I like it. I pretty much know what it's about. Like it was pretty much everyone like taking Cordova down a peg. Cause she thought real. She thought like I'm all for like self love, self importance, self worth. Like if you want to have some pride in your country, great. Like cool. You proud to be a Elysian. That's cute. But like you love yourself and your country a little too much, and I need you to sit down because you and your country are not the best thing since sliced bread, and you need to recognize that, okay, sis? Like you need to understand you're not all that and a bag of chips. Y'all are kind of like really racist. So yeah, let's move on to another song on the soundtrack, Nevermore. I've heard Nevermore, but like Nevermore, like I have mixed feelings about Nevermore. You'll know why in a sec. I'll be afraid, or will I run away? It's behind me. It's fine. This played in the credits.
Will I be afraid or will I run away? It's behind me. Freedom is finally here. You may have taken the lead, but I'm leaving the sword. You won the battle, you won't win the war. Not now and never.
Kind of like church like.
You talked of subjugation.
I am the violent thing.
You said infatuation.
Get me to fly to
You think you're
I'm a hero. You're hiding my eyes. I shall have dreams manifest out of your understanding. It's something in my eyes. Back when it started, I thought this just was logical. You lost the mind, I lost my soul. I'm strong, never mind. I had in my hand, never mind. I'll be afraid. Freedom is fine. Taking the lead, taking the line. Not now. Love the pianos and the From Shadows riff. In my heart, salvation gave me a place to be. But now there's a hope of relation. Gotta love that, sis. Be afraid. It's behind you. Time to celebrate another broken fight. There's no music, there's no time. Never mind. I had tricks here the whole time. I'll be afraid. It's behind me. Not now. So, that was Nevermore. I'm of two minds. I'm of three minds on Nevermore. One, it is musically one of the best songs they've ever done musically. Voice on voice is on point. Do it on point. Like chords, background music on point. Piano on point. Like motifs on point. All that is on point. I love it. It sound is oh my god, I love it so much. Love it so much. Love the voices. Love the harmony. Ooh, so good. On another mind, I'm like, okay, this is kind of like negating it pretty much it's I mean, justifiably so, it is Adam through breaking Yang's eyes, but he was more than just okay, your ex that hurt you, and I can understand it's about like okay, she was abused, it was her, she was hurt. Cool. I mean, not cool, but I mean like cool doesn't I understand, and I get that's what happened to her, and that is horrible and awful. And Yang, her arm lost, on a confidence loss, like cool, great. I understand all that, and that's why this is like these are your feelings, this is your perspective, this is your narrative. Cool, great. And I agree with it for the most part, but it makes it sound like that's all he was. Like for example, at the beginning, you talked of subligation. I answered your vile. You talked of subligation, and it's like okay, you talked of subjugation as if like if it's as if it was a thing, but like for like Blake, for a fact that your people are oppressed. Like for you wouldn't have joined the White Fang. Your family wouldn't have been in the White Fang if that wasn't a truth that y'all were subjugated. Like, so what are you talking about? Like, yeah, y'all are subjugated. What are you talking about? And I answered your violent plea, youth and infatuation can't be too blind to see. And it's like, okay, were you too blind to see that like he was crazy, or like that hurting people was wrong? Because you always knew that, like even that because that was the reason why I left because you knew that you didn't want to hurt people. So I'm assuming it's like following him, and that's why she hurt. She was young, she was naive, she didn't really know how to stand up for herself like that. So, which I get that. You think you're someone's hero, you're hiding more than your eyes. Okay, you think you're someone like he's he's not really like the hero in the sense that if like Ruby is a hero, he's not gonna save someone. But at the same time, like I feel like he is someone's hero to someone who's like a downtrodden goddess. Like the fact that someone is like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking kill these humans so they can fear us. Like that's the wrong thing to do, and that's the wrong way to go about it. At the end of the day, he's not really doing anybody any favors. So like, yeah, I guess he's not anyone's hero, but like he is improving Faunus' lives, and he is improving them in that sense because, like I said earlier, whether it's respect because I respect you or respect because I don't want to fuck with you, like the results are the same. So to someone like yeah, like what Adam was doing was God's work and fuck the humans because he was an actual slave, and that's valid. And I understand the anger, and later when she's like your vision of liberation was all about you and never applied to me. Well, first, the goal of a savior is never to be lionized. Like, yeah, like if you're really like a savior, your goal is not to be like the best thing since sliced bread. Like, it's not. Like, you know, Adam was very narcissistic. He was very full of himself. He was very arrogant and an asshole. And it was beautiful. Like, fuck all that. That was such a shitty personality. What he was by the end wasn't even the Adam that I like fell for. So like, oh, it was a mess. So like I'm saying, like I agree with most of the song. I just have some interpretation nitpicks. So down where it says, your vision of liberation was all about you and never applied to me. Like, yeah, it was about him in the sense of like it started because not because it was like I purely want to, enhance the plight of the fathers. It was about like, okay, I was a slave, I was tortured, I was powerless. Now I want to be powerful. Now I want to be powerful. Like I don't want to be this little slave boy anymore. I want to be the king. So yeah, like it was about like a lot of it like was about him, but a lot of it also was that justified anger, that shared anger that all fathers kind of feel. And the last part, it would never apply to me. Yeah, of course it would never apply to you, Blake, because you weren't a slave. Like you weren't branded. Yeah, so you don't have that sort of anger towards humans because they didn't do that to you. But I'm sure if you had different circumstances, you would probably be a different person. Just like Ilya, she was susceptible to that, more susceptible to that because what if what humans did to her? Blake kind of grew up in like this faunus royalty palace sort of thing where she has that privilege of, she really didn't go through the same struggles that, Ilya or Adam went through, faunus in a human society. She was a faunus in a faunus society. So, you know, as far as we know, I mean, she went to Beacon, but like by that time she was 17 going on 18, so she was kind of grown. Now on to Yang. Like, I won't stay a mother. Time to take what you stole. Her confidence, all that. I love that. You know, I kind of disagreed with Eruption Fang when his analysis, where he was like, "Oh, she shouldn't have been able to beat him. She shouldn't have been able to fight him." Like, I feel like it's good enough with the whole PTSD arc. Maybe show a little bit more of it. I get that, but like, I feel like if they handled her reaction to Adam better, because I feel like they traded out her having this horrible, like crazy, like losing her mind reaction, and then her being able to pull herself out of it and show that she's grown and she's smarter now. They traded that for ooh, stuck it at him in your face moment. She hit you with a bike for that fan servicey moment. And I feel like if they would have went with the other one where she's ridiculously like losing her fucking mind, like tears going on, like she's lost her shit, and she just goes head first at Adams, like she's a berserker monster of power. I feel like you know that would have been a better reaction to seeing the man that literally ruined your entire life. And but I get what she's saying. She won't be afraid anymore. She's gonna stand up and do that thing. Cool, great. Um, Blake, Blake is like, I'm not running. I made a vow. I'm not alone. These are my friends. I'm not gonna run and hurt them again. Cool, I love that because I've been Yang in the sense where like my friends have just like abandoned me, and I know how that feels, and I know that like anger and the pain that comes with that. So I'm glad that Blake realizes that it's not okay to run away. And I've also been Blake where I feel worthless and I feel like nobody would want me. Nobody wants to be my friend, and I don't have people around me. So I understand what Blake feels as well. So Blake and Yang like are some of my like favorite characters in that sense. So I I don't necessarily like the fact where they talk about Volume 6 where it's like, okay, they killed Adam, because like I get it, like they had to kill Adam, but like really they didn't, because okay, he's going for Gamble Shroud, stab him in a non-lethal area. I think Blake Yang stabbed him in like the back or something, or like the lower back. So like, yeah, but like Blake stabbed him straight up in the heart. Like she was like, "This is over. This is done." Stab him in a non fucking lethal area. His fucking aura is broken. I don't care if it's an arm, an artery, a leg. Like his fucking like he's not. He can't hurt you. Is what I'm saying. If you just stab him, when he feels the pain, he doesn't die. Because the whole thing with the volume was like, okay, we can't kill Salem. Okay, well then that means there's a different way to kill Salem. There's like your problem is you don't kill your way through your problems, and the heroes have never had to do that before. That's why I was so perplexed when it was like, okay, we can't kill Salem. Oh, we killed Adam. Like, is that how you solve your problems? You've never had to do that before. You've never had to kill anyone before. You know what I mean? Like all Volume 5, like the biggest and baddest in the room were there, and y'all were able to save the day. Now, mind you, it was all the characters, not just 2 versus 1. But hey, you know, or even if or even if Yang like punched him off a cliff, like I'm fine with that. Like I would even be better than that. But just like the visceral like intention to stab and murder, like it was just too much for me. I couldn't do it. It was just, no. And even if okay, but even there's a chance to redeem it in my eyes, because if they go into Volume 7 dealing and having to come to terms and deal with the fact that they killed a dude, I can I can accept that. I can accept that. And having to learn that hey, there was a different way to deal with Adam's situation where he didn't have to die. there's a different way to deal with the Salem situation. Because Adam and Blake and Salem and Ozford are kind of parallels in that sense. Is that everything I have to say about the song? Yeah, they acknowledge that they're not celebrating, even though that's what the whole song feels like. But whatever. Another assumed consumed by hate and spite, and another destroyed life. There's no pleasure, there's no joy. The story of the boy who lost his way. I don't think he ever really had his way. I mean, I guess she said he was a better person, but like that tortured little boy was always gonna be inside of him. So yeah. So that's Nevermore. Let's go to this crass sad song. Let's go to Indomitable Baby. It is indomitable. The spirit is. This is a Ruby Rose song. It's a Monty Hume song.
I met a man, he had a dream. I tried to understand, but nothing was what it seemed. Sometimes that's how gods roll.
Oh my god, this is also typed in the show too.
We'd sit for hours, he'd share his plans to build a universe and make every part by hand. A big scheme with an infinite goal. So I would watch and listen and try to learn as the pieces and bits became whole. But there was more going on than the work at hand. What I learned had to do with the strength of the soul. There's a light that shines, and its power is mine. Though our bodies weak and breakable, the spirit is indomitable.
Stop it, people.
So step by step and frame by frame, a world created, its map fashioned from a stain. Just dream big, then work till it grows. I learned this lesson, we can evolve, achieving anything as long as our hearts resolve. Believing we'll make it sound. Though our lives are limited by years on earth, our dreams won't be bound inside. The goal's not to live forever, something that's so unfair. It's cruel, but that's how life goes. But through the sadness, thousands of tears, we see his message sparkling crystal clear. Our work is larger than we know. There's a light that shines, and its power is light.
What about the break of the spirit of his love? That is just so beautiful. I think this is a song, like, I'm speechless. It's so fucking beautiful, and there's so much soul and passion and emotion into it. Musically, it's great. Lyrically, it's great. Loosely, you could apply it to Ruby and her silver eyes and about Ozpin. You know, she met a man, he had a dream. You know, that's how the gods roll. He had a plan. You know, she didn't know who he was, all that. But more importantly, it's about Monty and their relationship with him and how great he was and how he wanted to set out to create a universe and how he showed them that the light there's a light inside of them and they have the power to do anything. And you know I think it's just all beautiful and I think it's amazing. And don't be afraid. Get up, get going, a step every day. I need you there. When we strive, we transcend. Even death cannot end our climb. Even in death, like his legacy will still live on. People will still be inspired by him to go on and create new things. Like so many creations have come from, Monty's brainchild, Monty's creation, and different sort of ideas and things. Like, or even, for example, Mark Zhang's series. Like he was inspired by Monty and he was inspired by Ruby. People are making, their ideas and series and YouTube channels and all of these other different communities and things are building off of Monty's dream. So I think that's beautiful and I think that's amazing. Let's go on to the last song, Forever Fall, which is also really sad. Oh no, the song Domino wasn't sad. It's inspiring. When you think about Monty and the fact that he's gone, it does kind of make you sad.
Once, like a dream, you looked at me, and everything felt new. Time slipped away. The past seemed to fade. My heart restored by you. And I know for some it's temporary, like a shooting star soon out of view. But this will always be. It's my destiny to be in love with you. Some people fall in love for life, others never get it right. Love's fickle when it grows. One thing that I know for sure, longer than our lives endure. You're my forever fall. Your trust, honesty helped me believe a ray of hope shine through. You set me free. What the world couldn't see, I found my joy in you. Every life is filled with passing moments. Like the seasons change, they come and go. But this is infinite. Nothing, even death, could separate our souls. 'Cause you're my final goal. Some people fall in love for life, others never get it right. Love's fickle when it grows. One thing that I know for sure, longer than our lives endure. You're my forever fall.
That was a beautiful song. I thought it would make me cry, but it really made me smile. It really made me appreciate the John and Pierre relationship. I feel like this moment where John sees his statue, he has to talk with the ghost mom, red haired woman, whatever you want to call her, that he had this realization about her choice and that whether she had all the information or not, she still made the choice and she knew that she had a responsibility to try. And he gave her that kind of hope, and she always loved him, and she always knew the light that he would have, and he saw something, she saw something, they saw something in each other. She saw the tactician and the warrior and the man he could become, and he saw the he saw the girl inside of her, the girl that getting choked up. I'm getting emotional. He saw the girl inside of her that no one else could really see. The girl that just wanted friends, and the girl that just wanted to be, for a lack of, I know it sounds cliche, but normal, and have those sort of friends and those experiences, and not be the untouchable girl, the one that's high and mighty above everyone. You know, when Weiss got there, she wanted to be the best, but when she got there, she just wanted to be like everyone else. She wanted a team, and that's what she got. She got a team that loved her unconditionally, and she got a guy that loved her unconditionally, and they didn't realize that they. I just hate that they didn't realize the deepness of their love until it was too late. He didn't realize the deepness of their love until it was too late. You know what I mean? And that's just really unfortunate and tragedy. But like, she's unbound. She's infinite and unbound by death. So their souls are always going to be connected, and they're always going to be this sort of infinite pair, and Ruby, I guess, John and Pyrrha, and even to her team. She's always going to be an inspiration for her team, and when the reason why her team keeps going. You know, she's that paragon, that aspiration to live up to. You know what I mean? Yeah, so she's his forever fall. He's her forever fall. And, you know, they had that moment in Forever Fall, and they, oh my god, that's, my heart. My fucking heart. Yeah. You know, he's her final goal and all the other stuff. Fucking cute. Oof. But yeah, it's true. Like, people come in and out of our lives, and you know, some people are in our lives forever, but some people are leaves. What I mean by that is, like, someone once told me that some people in their life are gonna be leaves, some people in their life are gonna be branches, and sometimes, you know, people are leaves and they fall off and they're not in your life that long. Some people are branches, but sometimes branches fall off and they get cut off, and that's painful and that hurts. But it's a part of life. It's a part of being human, and I'm just so emotionally beat up by this song. So sad. Let's go. Let's end on a more positive note with end on a more positive note with the Armed and Ready folk song. And I know the lyrics to Armed and Ready, so I'm good. Love Country Yang. Country Yang is this is cool. I love it. My land, oh my god. And the sunshine before the night anymore. One time across our heart, to grow so much more. With you. No more crying, it's time to be sore. The alarm crying on the way, the alarm back from the dead. Say thank God you're going out of my way, 'cause it all loved Armed and Ready, one of my favorite songs ever. Iconic Yang song. Love it. I stand it. It's great. You know, it's the perfect comeback song for her. I wish they would have played the actual song during the Yang and Adam fight. I know we got like a glimmer of it and it was cute. I loved it. I wish we got a full one of him fighting out Adam. It was so cool. I love like this song reminds me why I love Yang so much. Like why I love Yang. I've had some issues with her like in recent volumes, but like when I listen to songs like this, I just like I forget all about that and I remember who Yang is, who she is to her core. And I love that about her and I love her for that. Like she's that bitch. Like she is that character that my favorite. That's one of them like and as I learned more about Ruby and the girls, I ended up loving all of them equally, but like, you know, there was something about Yang. Like the first time I watched Ruby, like when I got into the show, she was my favorite. I wanted to see her. Like she was the best, and I really hope that I kind of get that essence of Yang in volume 7. You know, more of her fire, and not directed at Blake, and not necessarily her PTSD over Adam. Which those are interesting concepts, of course, but I just want to see like Yang kicking ass, taking names, her being confident in herself. You know, so I love that. I love that about Yang. Yeah, that's the soundtrack. That's the soundtrack reaction, guys. How long was that? That was like an hour. It's been an hour and 23 minutes. Oof. So yeah, that was wild. That was kind of my reaction to the soundtrack, my breakdown of everything, how I felt. Volume 6 should be coming out soon this weekend, and this is coming out as soon as possible. So, yeah, this has been Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Maxwell. May the power protect you. Bye.